Good morning from day 24 on the Camino. We're leaving a place called Formista and going to a place called Carrion. It's 12 miles away, largely flat, I think. It's blue sky already. I'm sure you can hear all the birds out. It's due to get to 30 odd today with the weather, so hopefully we'll make some good progress while it's still cool. And get there. And the other great thing about day 24 is it's laundry day, which is my favourite day when we get to get all the clothes clean. So yeah, that's the news from the Camino. Have a great day. Buen Camino. Hello, good evening from day 24 of the Camino. We are in Carrion de los Condes, carry on the Camino maybe, which is a town that used to have 10,000 people in it. Apparently at its height it's down to about 2,000 now. It's quite a busy little place. Got 2 monasteries I came across, that surprised me. Quite a few churches as per usual. A museum, which I didn't go into, but there was coach parties coming to look at the museum. It's been super hot today, super hot. It was blue sky until about 2 o'clock, half 2. By 5 o'clock it was just completely cloudy. It's clearing up again now, but apparently it's going to be cloudy tomorrow, but it went up to, I think it was about 28, 29 under the cloud, so it was hot. We did get here just about 12 o'clock, which was a great time. We set off at 7ish, had some breakfast, so not bad. 4.5, 5 hours on the road. We did just over 12 miles today. So this is our 4th day of walking. We started off when we did the first 2 weeks, we did 2 lots of 4 days, and then the third week we did 6 days, and this week now is the first time we're trying to do 8 days. We've got 2 8-day stints this week and next week. Most of this week's flat, so it's a bit of a shocker when you do get a hill because you're not used to them. And I've realised I have this thing, I'm not happy until I've passed the last hill of the day, and today's last hill was about 2k away from the village. So I'm dreading the hill all the time till I get the hill. I mean, I don't know why I'm dreading them, because I'm not as bad as I was. I can get up most of them these days, unless they're really steep. And then, like you'll have seen in yesterday's video, we got up 100 or 200 steps at a time. When we started at the very beginning, it was 60 steps at a time, and then we were stopping, sometimes 40 if it was really steep. So we've made huge amounts of progress getting up hills. So yeah, it continues to be flat for the rest of this week, but some big mileage days. So I think tomorrow might be 15, I think the day after might be 14 something, and then the day after that is going to be somewhere like 20, I think. But hopefully by then the heat will have dissipated. It's a bit of a heat wave at the minute, so we're hoping that by the time we get to that 20-mile day, the heat will be back down to top temperature 23, something like that. So it's interesting because at the beginning, you know, I was just scared of the hills. I'm like, the hills, I'm stressing over the hills. And what I was stressing about was us taking too long, stopping and starting going up the hills, so that number one, I was on my feet for ages, but number two, you know, we were going to be late for checking in and things like that at the hotels. And we'd done 2 things to address that, which was we started setting off earlier, I think probably than my dad envisaged, so before breakfast most of the time. Even if breakfast is included, I'm like, come on, I want to go and get on with it. And then secondly, we've move the time that we say that we're going to get somewhere, so we give them a really late expectation, so we're not rushing to get there for a particular time. But as we've got quicker, we're getting in earlier. I'm just worried about how this heat is going to impact me. I do get dehydrated. We've got a really good rhythm of stopping every mile minimum and drinking, so hopefully we're keeping on top of the dehydration. But it's just super hard when it's hot. It's just really hard. It's a bit like trudging. And the other thing that I'm worried about it being hot is just blisters. Being hot, really hot feet, and how that's going to impact. I have got smart wool socks, which are supposed to be the best ones even in heat. They don't get wet the same like, say, cotton socks do, but you know, a severe blister or something at this stage would be a bit grim, because we've nearly done half of the distance and haven't really been troubled that much. So yeah, there we go. I'm just I'm really looking forward to number one, getting to the end of day 7, because that's the 20-mile day, and that will be the first time we've tried to do 7 days walking on the bounce. We tore through the 20 miles on Monday, but that was after we'd had a day and a half of literally doing nothing in Burgos. So we'll be trying to do 20 miles after having survived quite a few long mileage days in the heat. So we'll have to see. I'm sure it'll be fine. We've got all day to do it. She says merrily, my feet are arguing with me like, no, you haven't. You haven't actually got all day on these feet, dear. But we'll see how we get on. So yeah, a bit of a long update from me, but hopefully you know where we're up to and what we're doing. If you do see this, guys, I'd be super grateful if you could do 1 or 2 things. Number one, if you think anyone would like the videos, or if you're watching on Facebook, invite them to the group, or if you're on YouTube, send them the link. The second thing is, I am here, obviously. My dad was coming anyway, and I've come to join him. But genuinely, we are raising money for a really important cause, which is helping people with their mental health in Tameside, which is where I grew up and where my mum struggled most of her lifetime with mental health. So yeah, if you are enjoying the content, you're enjoying my updates. It'd be amazing if you buy me a drink. If you saw me, would you please put the equivalent amount into Just Giving for me, for the Anthony Seddon Fund. I'm gonna love you and leave you now. Good night and buen camino.